Hi, everyone. So today we're here with Jill. She's going to be presenting Atmosphere Hotels, touching on Varu, RAAYA, and Atmosphere Kanifushi. So during the presentation, if you have any questions, pop them in the Q&A box, and we'll answer those at the end.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be talking, as Ginger mentioned, about the Atmosphere hotels and resorts this morning. A real quick overview. I could talk about them all for absolutely ages, but hopefully you'll get a really good idea of the properties. So the first one I want to speak about is Varu by Atmosphere. Now the Atmosphere properties are all 5-star. They're all premium, all inclusive, and on all of them we include the transfers as well. So whether it's a speedboat transfer or a seaplane transfer, it's always included. So it's a really easy thing to actually book. So Varu by Atmosphere, it's 5-star premium all inclusive. It's a complimentary 40-minute speedboat from North Mali, 108 villas in 8 different categories, and it has 4 restaurants, including 3 fine dining. It has the spa as well, the wellness centre, family-friendly resort with a kids club, gym, and it is on the premium all-inclusive plan. So we've been having a little problem with the sound today, so apologies you don't get the sound, but I just wanted to sort of show you a very short video of the island itself. It's very much a Robinson Crusoe style island, really beautiful, lots of dark wood, very typical Maldivian style here. So it really is terrific. So all the villas, they're all little standalone villas, some great 2-bedroomed villa accommodation as well. Um, but it really is a stunning place. Great for families, great for couples, great for foodies as well. I'll touch on some of the food elements shortly as well. So that's one of our sort of larger accommodation types, the Varu residence, and that's the island itself. So it really is stunning. It's our fabulous Karge Maldivian restaurant, which is a really special restaurant. You would think that in the Maldives, there's a Maldivian restaurant on every island, but actually there isn't. So it really is a special experience. And of course, although you can't officially get married within the Maldives, renewal of vows and actually the wedding celebration itself are really very, very popular and extremely cost effective way. Often people from the UK will get married in a registry office beforehand, just to get the official paperwork side of things, and then they'll actually plan the actual event there. And we can help with that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the beautiful property. So on the accommodation side of things, there's beach villas with pools. These all accommodate 2 adults and 1 child, or 3 adults. And then we have the 2-bedroom beach villas with pools as well. So it's like two separate units, but they're joined in the middle. One thing to be aware of this accommodation type is from the actual pool side, it is open between the two rooms. So I wouldn't recommend this particular accommodation type if they're really small children just staying in one side, just based on the fact they can get out to the pool quite easily. And there's then the water villas and water villas with pools and also the water suites. And all of these can accommodate two adults and one child. And then the Margelist residence, as we saw in the video, these are great for multi-generational families or groups of friends, and they can accommodate up to four adults and two children. So really nice size. And at this level, your guests would get their own private butler as well. So on the food side of things, it's really great because you've got the lime and chili, which is the all-day dining. You've got the Kage, which is the Maldivian speciality restaurant. This is a tremendous experience, as I said. Kage actually means kitchen in their local language, and it really is like somebody's inviting you into their house to cook for you, and all local prepared dishes. And then we've got Nu, which is the Mediterranean overwater restaurants. And we've got Charcoal Grill, which is on the beach. So no shoes or even flip-flops needed there. And then we have the beautiful pool, so the infinity pool. Very rarely does it get busy. And then we have the overwater spa. With all of our five-star properties, we do include spa treatments as well. And that is based on a 45-minute spa treatment for every 4 nights that your guests stay, and that's per adult as well. So they can really spoil themselves without having to spend any more money. So what's included? So we have the Varu plan. So you've got your lime and chili all day dining, and then you've got your specialty restaurants as well. And the way that works is for every 3 night stay, your guests can have one specialty dining. Two, if they're staying 4 to 5 nights, and 6 to 7 nights, they can actually get 3 meals. So if people are staying for a week, they can dine in all of the specialty restaurants. All the beverages are all premium brands, and they have a fantastic selection of over 40 different types of wine from around the world. Atmosphere do actually have a chap whose job title is Director of Wines, of which I'm very jealous about. And his job is to literally visit vineyards, taste the wines, and select wines and champagnes for our properties. So it's really, really lovely, lovely wine. And of course, you've got your soft drinks. Within the villas, you have your in villa minibar with beer, wine, soft drinks, water, and snacks as well. And that's actually all sort of replaced daily as well as it's used. And then we also include excursions. So your guests can have a complimentary sunset fishing excursion. There's an additional excursion that they can choose as well, one of which goes to a local inhabited island, which is really interesting. And there's snorkeling trips as well. So two complimentary snorkeling trips per day, which sort of do take them out to the reef. And of course, the snorkeling equipment is there. And as mentioned, the spa, so the spa treatment. So it really is, once your guests have paid, there's really nothing that they need to spend over and above than their initial holiday price. So I then want to take you over to RAAYA. So RAAYA by Atmosphere. This is the newest Atmosphere property. We took this over in July last year. It's a really newly built property, so it's less than a couple of years old. The island itself is completely natural, so lots of mangrove forests within the island. And a stay here is all about following in Seb's footsteps. So Seb was an adventurer and an explorer and an artist as well. And we believe that Seb was actually shipwrecked here in the mid 1950s. He got caught in a storm in his Donny boat. And because the island was quite out of the way, he managed to get ashore on Ryan. There was nothing else there at the time. And he hoped to be able to sort of wave down a passing boat. This didn't happen. So he built himself a lookout tower. He also built himself a little shack. And in the end, he actually made the island his home for 5 years before he was finally found and rescued. So a stay in Raya is all about following in his footsteps. So on the dining side of things, we have Raya Life, which is the all-day dining. We also have the Italian restaurant, which is an a la carte. We have Mizaj, which is a Middle Eastern a la carte restaurant. And we have the amazing Ampersand, which is the Pan-Asian restaurant. And the great thing here is if your guests stay for 4 nights, they can dine in every single one of the restaurants. So it's very much a dine around program. Just to point out, they can't book 4 nights in, say, for example, the Italian restaurant, because they want to make sure that everybody can experience all of the restaurants. So they would dine 1 night in each, and then after 4 nights, they would go round again. So a great selection of bars. So we have the bar upstairs in Ampersand, which is great for sundowner drinks. They also have a lovely bar downstairs, and then we have Seb's Shack, and this is where they believe that Seb actually built his original shack, and this is open for sundowner drinks as well. A real chilled out, relaxed feel with bean bags and swinging chairs, and a great place to go before you sort of go back and start to think about dinner. And then on the kids and sort of family activities, this is a really great resort because you've got your tennis, you've got your paddle tennis, but there's also a 9 hole crazy golf course right in the middle of the island as well. There's a sports bar with a pool table, and there's also a skateboard circuit as well. All the equipment is all provided. So definitely lots to keep people busy there. And then because Seb was an artist, as part of the activities, there's an art studio as well. And the team at RAAYA, they collect driftwood and they make little wooden donny boats, and then they have them in there and guests can paint them and decorate the sail and everything. And then at the end of their stay, there's a ritual which is to go to the little village square on the island and to race their little donny boat with a tea light on. It's a really, really lovely thing to do. And this sort of is really as Seb was rescued, sort of with the donny boat. So it signifies all that. And then they get to take their little boat home as a souvenir. So, on the health and fitness and the wellness side of things, there's yoga. People can do that on the beach. There's also a yoga platform right in the middle of the mangrove forest as well, which is really nice. So, a real sort of peaceful feel, great, nice feeling there. And of course, they have the spa that's included, the spa treatment for 45 minutes as well. Great infinity pool, really lovely, and they do amazing sort of light lunches around the pool as well. All day long, and then sort of later in the afternoon, it changed into sort of snacks just before dinner as well. So lots of food there. So on the accommodation side of things, so for RAAYA, we've got the beach villas and the beach villas with pools. So the beach villas can accommodate 2 adults, and the ones with pools, 2 adults and a child. And then we've got the overwater villas with and without pool, both can accommodate 2 adults. And then we've got a huge selection. We've got 34 two-bedroom family units as well on the beach. So some have got pool, and these are the ones without pool. Now, these can accommodate four people, so two children and two adults, or four adults. However, you can request an additional bed in each of the units as well, in each of the bedrooms. So if you do have four adults and a child, you can actually sort of request that. And these are the two-bedroom family beach villas with pools. So these are the real wow factor. All the fam trips that we've escorted there, everybody is absolutely blown away by these. The pool is huge. Again, two lovely, lovely bedrooms, two separate bathrooms. And then right at the bottom of the pool, you've got a really lovely sized gazebo with soft furnishings right on the edge of the beach. So combined with this one and the ones without pool, there's 34. So it's definitely worth considering if you have people looking for the same unit. And then for those of you that have any really good high net worth clients that really want something special, we've got the RAAYA residence. Now, this will only accommodate four people. So it's two bedrooms. Yes, it can accommodate many more, but they want it to be quite exclusive. It was the home of the owner of the island, wasn't Seb, unfortunately. And it's got a dining room, it's got a separate kitchen on an annex. And a stay here, your guests will receive a complimentary barbecue cooked for them actually on their terrace as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful property. So again, it's five-star premium, all inclusive. Part of that includes the seaplane. So your guests do actually get complimentary seaplane, and they will also get the VIP lounge before the seaplane journey as well. It's the dine around concept, again, premium beverages, large kids club, lots of activities, snorkeling is included, of course, non-motorized water sports, and the spa again is included. 45 minutes per 4 night stay. So it's a large natural island. It really is suitable for friends, families, couples. The island is so big that all the activities and everything are within one place of the island. Unless you go looking for them, you wouldn't notice they're there. So it really is great for couples as well. And the Castaway sort of Seb story is really nice. And your guests will actually get a copy of his journal when they check in as well, to sort of read all about him. And then I'd like to take you on to Atmosphere Kanifushi. This is a absolute top seller within the UK. The UK are the sort of highest nationality that stay there. It's fabulous. The beach is one of the most photographed within the Maldives. The island itself is very long. It's about 3 kilometers in length and quite narrow. The beach itself is over 2 kilometers, and it really does look like that. It's absolutely stunning. So it is five-star premium all inclusive. It's a complimentary 35-minute seaplane. Again, your guests will get the VIP lounge beforehand. It has 162 villas plus the Kanifushi residences, which we have 10 of. 6 dining outlets, including 5 fine dining, and we have the award-winning Just Veg as well. And again, we've got the spa. The spa here has just been rebranded literally last month, and it is looking absolutely amazing. And it is a family-friendly resort with a kids club. And the kids club here is open from 9 a.m. through to 9 p.m. There's never any charge for the kids clubs. And so the great thing is with it opening later is if you do have guests that have got children that perhaps want to go out for an early dinner, just the two of them, they can actually leave the kids within the kids club. And there's two pools, and one of which is adult only. So it really is a good all-round resort. So just show you a quick video of this. I literally arrived back 7 days ago from staying here for a week. Um, it's a favourite of mine. It just ticks all the boxes. So whether you want a quiet resort, relaxing, it's that. Also, if you want lots going on in the evening, it also has that as well. And the two are very separate. So if you do want to sort of go out for a bit of a karaoke or something like that, it's tucked away so nobody else can actually hear it at all. So those are the RAAYA residences, which are absolutely superb for multi-generational families. Again, people that want the same unit, right on the beach at that level. Again, they have their own butler, so superb. Anything over and above the plan that people want, whether it's private dining on the beach or um, a sort of breakfast in the water villa, floating breakfast, that can, of course, be arranged. They are at additional cost, but otherwise, anything other than that, again, just turn up and there's nothing additional that your guests need to pay for. So lots of different dining options as well. Was lucky enough to stay in a water villa with pool. In fact, the one right next door to that, absolutely stunning. Nicest water villa with pool I've ever stayed in. And that's the adult only pool, which is really nice. 'Cause if you're not traveling with kids and you don't want them all splashing around you, you have got that option as well. Again, natural islands, a lot of the vegetation is really special. Um, really quite old trees, really fascinating to look at as well. So it really is a phenomenal property. So a great selection of villas. So we've got these sunset beach villas with and without pool, Kanifushi beach villas with pool. All of those accommodate two adults and two children, or three adults and a child as well. And then we've got the water villas. So the water villas with and without pool. The ones with pool at that level, you then start to get additional benefits. So it's premium all inclusive across the island anyway. Everybody has exactly the same. However, at the water villas with pool, you then start to get additional benefits. So at the water villas with pool, you can also request 2 bottles of spirits to be delivered to your villa. So whether it's a gin and a vodka and the mixers to go with it. If you want to sort of request a bucket of ice at the same time every day, or just ping your guest relations officer a little WhatsApp and they'll make sure that you've got ice to go with that as well. And on these villas, your guests will also have the opportunity to have a la carte breakfast every morning in Pier 6, which is just over the water right next to it as well. Of course, they can go to the buffet for breakfast if they wish, but it's nice to have that option. And then we have the Kanifushi Grand Pool Villa. These can accommodate 2 adults, 2 children, or 3 adults and 1 child. And the pool really is as big as it looks in there. It's absolutely stunning. And we have 20 of these units as well. And then, as you saw on the video, we have the Kanifushi residence. Now, these can accommodate up to 5 adults and 2 children. The way the sleeping arrangements is set up is there's a really lovely master bedroom. There's then a twin room, there's a single room, and then there's also this living area here that you can see in the bottom image. So if your guests want additional beds, they can move the settee out and put additional twin beds in there. Now, although it's 5 adults and 2 children, previously we've had requests for 7 adults, whereas perhaps the children, are over that child age, and we've just put the requests through and it's come back fine. So again, anything different, anything unusual, please always ask the question, because they'll always look for ways to say yes. At this level, you get your own butler, you get pool toys, you get beach toys as well. If you want pastries and coffees brought in every morning, your butler can arrange that for you. And you also get your own buggy. So, although the island is quite long, there is a shuttle buggy which goes around. So, the longest you have to wait is probably about 15 minutes. And you do get an app to tell you exactly where the shuttle is. However, at this level, you have your own buggy. So you just ping them a message and say, can you come pick me up? Or can you pick me up from the restaurant and take me back to my villa? And that's all done. So we've got 2 pools, as mentioned before. We've got the Sunset, which is the adult only pool. They do great sort of a la carte lunches as well. So that's all there. And then we have the Liquid, which is the family pool or the regular pool. Now, Liquid in the bar there, that's what really comes to life at night. So that's where you'll have your karaoke, your live music, and there's also an area with a pool table. And when we were there, they had sort of sports on the TV as well. So it's a really large area and lots of entertainment. And at the Sunset in the evening, that becomes one of the a la carte restaurants as well. So buffet, I quite often get asked, oh, there's not many a la carte dine-ins included. Actually, at Kanifushi, there is something different every night. They've worked really hard to make sure that every night in the buffet is different. So they have a themed night which changes every night. The Indian Ocean night is spectacular. When we was there, it was all set up outside. They had a big stage. They had cooking stations and barbecues and stir fries. And so it's more than just a regular buffet. It really is spectacular. We've got Just Veg. Now, Just Veg, your guests can go and eat there anytime, sort of when it's open. They just need to make a reservation on the app and they can go there. That is part of the all inclusive as well. And even if people aren't vegetarian, the food is incredible. The menu was created by a Michelin starred chef. He's not based there, he's based in Italy in his own restaurant. But he goes over to the island a couple of times a year and hosts event. But it is phenomenal, really very, very good. And then sort of snacky bits and nibbles. We've got Ceylon Bliss, which is a street food Sri Lankan area. It's under the trees, it's overlooking the surf. And every day they do different selection of dishes, which are sort of recipes that have been handed down through generations of their family. They are actually from Sri Lanka, the chefs there. So you can go there and either have a couple of different things and have that for dinner, or you can go there and have it as canopies before you eat with, a nice glass of wine. The same as the Lantern Bar. So the Lantern Bar is right next to Just Veg. Beautiful views from the bar. It's a really pretty bar. And again, your guests can have snacks that are vegetarian based there. So again, if they want nibbles for going in for dinner, they can do so. So there's a dive centre and water sports centre. This is pretty much brand new still. It was done last year, so towards the end of last year. All the equipment's all brand new. So you've got all the non-motorised water sports that are included. They also have classrooms. So if people do want to do a PADI course, they can arrange that there as well. And the classrooms are all air conditioned. So it's really, really nice setup. And literally last month, they rebranded the spa. So it's now Essence Spa and Wellness. They totally opened up the reception area as it was before. It was all open. It was really quite hot, and really quite dark inside. It's all air conditioned now, so they've closed it all up. They've knocked through. They've put a nail bar in, a hair salon, as well as obviously sort of the treatment centres. And these flowered lights, they open and close. They're really, I've never seen anything like it. It was really, really lovely to see. And again, your guests will get a 45-minute spa treatment for every 4 nights that they're there. So if your guests are staying 8 nights, they'll actually get two. So what's included? So you've got all your dining. So at the Spice, all day dining with different theme nights. You've got your Sri Lankan food, sunset a la carte lunches and fine dining dinners. Just Veg, and Pier 6, which is a phenomenal Pan Asian restaurant as well. Beverages are all premium brands of spirits, wine, beers, cocktails, mocktails. You also have the in villa mini bar, which is replaced daily with beer, wine, soft drinks, and snacks. So the snacks are sort of their version of Pringles, and they also have cashew nuts and peanuts and biscuits. And excursion wise, here they actually offer 3 complimentary excursions. So you can either have the sunset fishing excursion, and then they have a list of others as well, of which they can choose to. One of which is to a neighbouring island, where they can actually go to a turtle sanctuary. The Turtle Sanctuary is a charity, so if they do want to go into that, I think it's like $15 or something, but the trip itself, they can go and look around the island and do a bit of shopping if they wish. Again, snorkeling equipment is all included. There are 2 snorkel trips per day, which do go out over to the reef, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And again, we've got the spa treatments that are included as well. It really is phenomenal island. And when your guests do make a reservation, if you obtain the booking reference from the actual property itself, your guests can download the app according to where they're staying. On there, they can upload their details ready for check-in, so that when they do arrive in resort, they are literally just picking up their room key. But on the app as well, they can book restaurants, they can book spa treatments, excursions, and there's a great what's on guide as well, which won't be for the duration that they are there, the actual dates, but it is for the next 7 days from the day they're looking at. So it will give them a really good idea of what's to come. And of course, when they are there, they can just sort of check it out and see if they want to go for a cooking class, or absolutely switch their phone off and do nothing, and chill by the beach. And that is it. There is a little QR code there if anybody would like to scan that. All the brochures for all the properties are all on there. Um, any images, videos, anything like that, they can be downloaded from the Bespoke Earth website. So that's bespokeearth.co.uk. And if you click on Trade Room, then you'll be able to access all of the properties that we feature, all the information, all the inclusive plans, images, videos, and please do feel free to share. And that's me. So thank you so very, very much for your time. Is there any questions?
Thank you so much. We have two questions. One was about getting a copy of your brand videos, but I'm assuming, I think you just answered that actually.
Yeah.
And then one more question was, is the house reef at Kanifushi directly accessible from the island, or does it have to be a boat journey?
It's about 5 minute boat trip to the actual reef itself. Um, however, under the pontoons, you will see turtles, you will see sharks, you will see lots of fish. So if you do want to go out snorkeling straight from the beach, head towards the arrival jetty or near towards the water villas, and you will see a lot. Otherwise, the sort of boat transfer that goes out, there is a benefit to doing that because these guys know exactly where you're going to see the best amount of fish, where you're likely to see, more turtle or more shark. And in addition to that, they will go in the water with you. With the safety ring just in case. And so they will sort of be in the water with you if you do come into any difficulties. They're there, but they also know exactly where to go. And each time they go out, they'll go to a different place. Whereas often, I think if you're swimming from a beach, you tend to go to the same kind of place. So Kanifushi is great because you've got the combination of doing both.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to
My
everybody
pleasure.
who joined. All of our webinars are put up on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and refer to anything, it'll be up there or if somebody missed the webinar today. But yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Yes, you too.
Bye.
Bye.